Thank you. Madam Vice President, Excellencies, I'm pleased to present two reports submitted for your consideration under Agenda Item 6 of the Council. The first report is OHCHR report on the operations of the Voluntary Fund for Participation in the Universal Periodic Review. During the review period, the Voluntary Fund ensured the participation of states from developing or least developed countries and small island developing states. It provides financial support for one official state representative from these countries to travel to Geneva, participate in the UPR Working Group session, and attend the adoption of the outcome document by the Human Rights Council. In 2023, the Voluntary Fund for Participation supported the participation of 13 delegates from eligible countries, including 7 least developed countries or small island developing states. Of the 13 delegates who benefited from the Voluntary Fund support in 2023, 9 were women and 4 were men, meaning that 69% of the supported delegates were women. From its inception until 31st December 2023, the Voluntary Fund for Participation facilitated the attendance of delegates from a total of 118 states, with many states receiving funding in 2 or more cycles for the review. 60% of those states were least developed country or small island developing states. Specifically, 29% were least developed countries, 24% were from small island developing states, and 9% were both. The Voluntary Fund has supported states from all geographical regions, 40% from Africa, 30% from Asia Pacific, 24% from Latin America and the Caribbean, 5% from Eastern Europe, and 1% from Western Europe and other regions. In 2023, 4 countries contributed to a total of circa 374,000 to the Voluntary Fund. The contribution received in 2023 represented an encouraging increase compared with contribution received in 2022, as well as the average level of annual contribution since the establishment of the Voluntary Fund. Building on this positive development, it will be crucial to secure a regular annual income of US $500,000 in voluntary contribution to ensure a more robust support for the participation of member states. In particular, number 1, increasing the number of delegates that receive support from the fund to participate in the proceedings of the Universal Periodic Review. Number 2, delivering more comprehensive briefings prior to the review, including for the preparation of national reports. And number 3, developing tailored tools and guidance for more informed participation in all stages of the Universal Periodic Review. Madam Vice President, Excellencies, the second report presented under Agenda Item 6 is the OHCHR report on the operations of the Voluntary Fund for Financial and Technical Assistance in the implementation of the Universal Periodic Review. The report provides an overview of contribution and expenditure as of 31st December 2023 and describes the technical support provided through this important fund for the implementation of the UPR recommendations during 2023. In 2023, the funds enabled OHCHR regional offices and human rights advisors working at country level to provide technical support to 13 states, including Antigua and Barbuda, the Dominican Republic, Eswatini, the Gambia, Haiti, Lesotho, Niger, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Togo for the implementation of accepted recommendations. Based on its term of references and in line with the practical guidance on maximizing the use of the UPR at country level, the fund focused its technical assistance on 5 main areas. Number one, implementation of key recommendations emanating from the Universal Periodic Review. Number two, enhancing national capacities for the implementation of key UPR recommendations. Number three, reporting on the progress achieved. Number four, enhancing the role of parliamentarians. And number five, strengthening the capacity of the United Nations countries teams to support national efforts. In 2023, 11 countries contributed to the voluntary fund for a total amount circa to US 704,000, and we are pleased that the contribution in 2023 were higher than the average level of annual contribution since the establishment of the fund. However, with the contribution received, the fund managed to cover only 58% of the total budget of 30 requests for technical assistance that the fund received in 2023. Thus, the funding level remained insufficient to respond to the growing number of requests for technical assistance. Considering the current situation, which is characterized by a surge in demands for technical cooperation coupled with limited resources, OHCHR counts on your support to build on this momentum and expand the donor base for the voluntary fund to ensure a minimum annual income of $1.5 million in voluntary contribution. In line with Council Resolution 51/30, OHCHR is in the process of deploying the UPR regional advisors in all regions. This will enhance our outreach and support to states, which will benefit greatly from a stronger financial basis for the two voluntary funds. As the work of the funds has shown, predictable, multi-year and long-term funding for the two voluntary funds is crucial to facilitate effective planning and implementation of the capacity-building activities they support. We therefore ask for your support to help enhance both the quantity and the quality of this assistance provided to this member state. With that, I thank you for your attention.